Good morning, everyone. Welcome into Power of Pure Presence. Today's show is called Heart Shines. I want to welcome in all of our audiences today. I'm streaming live on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, YouTube, Facebook, and also TikTok. This is the first time that I'm going live on TikTok simultaneously. There's lots of things happening in the world, and want this to be a place you can come up for air. Take a moment, pause and breathe. And we're going to do that right now. And I want to invite you, if you are on the Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, or Roku, head over to the YouTube because you can interact there. I can interact with you. I can respond to your comments. I can check in. So I'm going to be checking in here and also checking in with our TikTok audience as well. And just take a moment to pause and breathe. Good morning, Jean. Take a moment, put your hands on your heart. Close your eyes. And just take a moment on this Sunday to pause and breathe. See if you can breathe in through your nose. Hear the wind, noises. Feel your heart. Your heart is always in the present moment. See if you can find that deepest breath of the day through the nose. Pause. Just be in the moment. Life is always right now. Your life is right now. So when you get that final deep breath here, allow yourself the opportunity to breathe in. Let the belly expand. Most of our breathing is shallow, and we live up here. So when you're ready, just flutter your eyes open today and just realize that most of our life is up here. We live up here. And what I mean is we spend a lot of time in here and we breathe shallow. Our breath is shallow. We're in our head a lot of the time. We overthink things. And today is about the heart. And I got a couple stories, if you will, really a study. Good morning, Peter. Thank you, brother. Good morning. Nice to see, hear, and feel you. You can feel the energy of another person. Say good morning to Jean. Good morning. Just allow the moment to unfold today. And I'm going to go back to this. I say this a lot. We live up here. I know I do. I'm guilty. We can be so entrenched up here. And our suffering comes from up here. And our heart is always present. It's always present. It's beating. And I'm going to share some context with you to help you understand the power of your heart. And going back to the present moment has a lot to do with the heart. And it has to do with no thinking, non-thinking. It has to do with being in your heart. And again, I want to welcome in. We have a TikTok audience. Michelle, I see you. Thank you for being on here. And if you think about it, well, you shouldn't think about it. That's the whole idea. But there's the thinking and the non-thinking. Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Ivy. Peter, I'm happy and grateful for you and your community right in this present moment. Peter, you and I need to just talk. I want to connect with you. But what I want to share is I heard a story that I knew about the heart, and I share it a lot. And then a story that I recently heard, which really just gave me incredible perspective about the heart. And that is, there's a, they did this study on the heart. And what they did was they had people get in front of a monitor, and they hooked them up so they could measure the response. And what happened was they would put images in front of the person so they could visually see it. So imagine like you're in front of the monitor, and they would put something happy, something sad, or something joyful, something horrific. And so they would do this, and they would do it. They did it the first time to understand the readings. So they did, let's say they did a series of happy, sad, happy, sad. Okay. So now they got the readings. They know how the heart, the brain react when somebody sees something happy, and they know how the heart and the brain react when they see something sad. Okay. That was phase one. Phase two, they go back and they create a random generator. So now they just randomly put images up there. And something interesting happened. The heart reacted ahead of the mind, the brain. So what I mean is when the image went up, like uh, a sad image went up, the heart responded before the brain did. But then something interesting happened. The heart reacted in advance of the image coming up on the screen. What? Like, so how's that possible? So in other words, the heart detected what was coming up. It was a random generator. So the brain, the mind, the eyes didn't know what was coming up because it was completely random. So horrific, joyful, and then just scrambled. But the heart was able to pick up and react to the image in advance of the image coming up on the screen. And there I say the heart is a powerful force that is mostly neglected because we live in a logical world, which makes sense. We need logic to build bridges. We need logic to build buildings. We need logic to do things. But does the heart say neglected? The heart is always in the present moment. Let me just say good morning here. Carrie, I'm sorry to hear that. Please keep Carrie in your prayers. I'm glad you're catching this morning. Good morning, Mama Mo. And thank you, Peter, for your prayers here for Carrie. And then Peter's got a great affirmation here. My mind, body, spirit, gut, cells, tissues, all organ systems are all working together. You heal me, you and all humanity. Beautiful. How is that possible? How does the heart know what's coming up? How? Well, we can dig into the how. We can just begin to trust the heart more. And Mama Mo, it's heart coherence, it's intuition. We all have it. You have it. I have it. It's just about developing it and being aware of it. So the other story that I heard recently, and I have to dig in more, but I think like this is pretty powerful, where this young girl was given a heart transplant. I don't know if you heard this before. This young girl was given a heart transplant. Something happened, obviously, with her heart. So she was given a heart transplant and was successful. But then something strange happened. She started to have this dream. about that she was being in the woods being chased. And it was this reoccurring dream. And what what happened is she learned that the heart from the donor was another young girl that was killed. And the story goes, the heart, wow, this is really strange. I got to share another story with you, but the heart, she actually got a visual of the person. And not only that, I think his name, and it solved the murder case. So the heart speaks a language that the head can't fully understand. The heart has a memory, the heart has intelligence. And if you're living up here, you're neglecting it. That is, you could say it's inexplicable, but every cell, every organ, like, has a memory and intelligence. And when you are in alignment, head, heart, you become, you achieve coherence. You become, everything becomes in, everything reacts in synchronicity. And then all cells and every cell in your body can respond to healing. But when you're disconnected from your heart, you're not in alignment, the chain gets broken. And you end up, you could suffer. And then it causes dis-ease. And I have something that I wanted to share. I'm going to see if I can dig it up. I may have to share it on a post show. That it comes from acceptance of the self. Can you, that suffering comes from lack of acceptance of you, of who you are. So let's just take a moment, and I just want you to pause with me this morning, and then I want to get your shares. If you want to type in where you're listening from, I always like to give a shout out for everybody here, and so I can honor you for being here with me this morning, because we have our interactive audience that's with us this morning. So feel free to share what's coming through for you in this moment, whether you're here on this platform or on TikTok. So just take a moment and just put your hands on your heart, and let's just take a moment and pause and breathe. let me do this here. I'll get to make this official. Just take a moment, and what I want you to do is just listen to the sounds here, and maybe just listen to what's happening in your body, like yourself. So put your hands on your heart. I encourage you to breathe in through your nose. You can breathe out through your nose or your mouth, but breathe in and see if you can hold it just for a pause. So it looks like this. Belly expands. Pause. 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 And just go at your own pace. See if you can soften up your face. Keep your hands on your heart. Your mind is filled with constant thinking. Your day is filled with constant activity. The key to your life is to add the contrast and the ability to be still. The ability to find the stillness in this moment in yourself. Just the pure awareness of what's happening. That's the secret. Because as soon as this show is over, your life is going to be filled with constant activity and thinking. The ability to pause even for a moment is incredibly powerful. And for many of you, it's what you've been missing because it never stops. Stimulus, response, stimulus, response, stimulus, response, thought, reaction, thought, reaction, thought, reaction, all day long. The ability to pause is the ability to take your power back, to be fully rooted in this moment. The heart is fully rooted in this moment while the mind wanders. Life is right now. It's all it ever is. Your brain catalogs moments. Your brain just catalogs moments. And then we label them past, present, future. But all there really is right now. And what you're filling into it. And what you fill into it is either causing you to expand and open up, or it's causing you to contract and it's causing you to suffer. And maybe the one message that you need to hear today is to fully accept yourself in all of your vastness. The parts you understand, the parts you don't understand, just fully accept yourself. You don't need approval from anybody. You just need to accept yourself. Accept this moment. And your heart knows. Will you trust? Or will you continue to obsess, manipulate, all of it? Right now is the gateway to a full life. This moment is the gateway to your life. And I'm just reminding you of what you already inherently know. But your head gets in and takes over to try to meet all these things. And by the way, I'm not saying this is good or bad. I'm just presenting observation. We're just observing it. We're observing the fullness of the mind and what can happen. We're observing ourselves. And it's like life is now. Like we can live fully right now. And so can you. So I'm just going to pause, open your eyes if you're still closing your eyes. And what did you think about the heart? So I'm going to grab your shares. Just type in where you're listening from. Hey, Blue, thanks for being on. If you could get we'll get a survey going here. Let's see. So let's look at last week. Okay, we're going to think about. So do you feel like you are constantly rushed? Do you feel pressure most of the time? Like, did you grab any moments throughout the past week? Were you able to pause and just breathe? And the thing about this show, I want you to, however long you're on here, I want you to realize that at any moment, we got Beaver Creek, Ohio on here. At any moment, you can pause and breathe. And that's a very intentional act. If you want to live with more intention, it simply starts with the ability to pause. And the more you practice it, you literally become in the moment. You become immersed in life, as opposed to just stimulus response. So let's check in with our audience. What did you think about the heart? The power of the heart to be able to detect images before they're shown on a screen and react accordingly. What did you think about the little girl who she got a heart transplant and the heart had a memory that was able to detect the person that killed the previous girl? So let me grab some of the shares this morning from everybody here where they're listening from. Peter, okay. Peter is from Rochester, New York, on Great Lake, Ontario, 90 miles south of Toronto, Canada. True healing is only now. That's a beautiful message. Okay. Monique, accept yourself and your beautiful raw authenticity. So we're talking about this ability to accept yourself. And it looks like we have somebody on TikTok, the Philly Scoop. So that looks close to home. I'm right here in Cherry Hill. Love the message. I follow some principles of Stoicism, Taoism, and Buddhism. Freaky. Yeah, the Shelley saying the things about the heart is really freaky, right? It's inexplicable. I've been having conversations lately and just saying to people, as much as we think we know, as much as you think you know, right? We will never be able to measure it. There's things that we can't measure to this day. We just think that we can. But the heart knows things that we can't, but that we're beyond. Oh, you're in the Philly. You're at the Costco in Cherry Hill. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. Philly Scoop. And then let's grab some other. We got Jeannie, Fairport, New York, 4 miles from the PGA today. The PGA, you mean the golf tournament? Like, I'm sorry if I'm missing that, but is that where the PGA is? All powerful. Thank you, Peter. And Kerry, just keep Kerry in your prayers today. I just want to ask everybody if you're a praying person or just send out some positive vibes. Blue, I've heard stories like that. People having transplant memories. Yeah. Yep. Listening from St. Louis. Okay. Did I miss anyone? Ivy, I so needed this. Yeah. I just want to remind you today, right, that most of us, we slip into living up here. And I'll just say that again. That means shallow breath, right? Shallow breath up here. And Michelle is sharing to know that I am enough. And maybe that's the message for a lot of people on here today, is to be able to accept yourself just in all of it. Hey, listen, I'm a walking contradiction. I don't have all this figured out. You know, the moment I think I do, I'm fooled. The moment I think I have it figured out is the moment I'm I'm delusional. So my heart is feeling nervous. Okay. So just put your hand on your heart. Just as that breath comes in, the answers will show up when you need them. Every challenge you have is for you. The Greek Stoics talk about it. The obstacle is the way. Marissa Peer. I'm not as familiar with Marissa Peer. I know who she is. So I got to do a little sponsorship here. A couple shout outs. And I just want to keep the shares coming in. Let's see if we can go around the world. If we can go around the world, let's see where you're from on TikTok or here on the live stream. Let's shout out. And why don't we do this just for some fun? This will be good. What's the most exotic location you've ever been to? What's the most exotic location? I just want you to think about the most exotic location, and that'll lead into my sponsor here. I love the wind. This is perfect. I'm just going to step out of the scene for a moment. I just want you to pause. I keep this in the moment. I just want you to pause just for a moment. Listen to the sounds, listen to the wind. Just be in the moment. Give yourself this opportunity. And I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to step out. We got some more things to talk about in the moment. Put some shares in. What's rising up in you? And let's just allow it. Let's just be in this blissful place where just allow life to unfold. And we don't know what's going to happen next. So just take a listen. I'm going to grab your shares. I'm going to share a brand new poem because I think it's fitting. But Ivy is saying, it's a beautiful day. I love the sound of the wind too. So Monique is saying the most exotic location she's been to is Mozambique, Maputo, Africa, and Costa Rica. And we're doing a Costa Rica retreat March 2nd through March 10th. There's going to be a select group of people. If that's something you're interested in, I have spots open. That's a conversation. If you go to my website, austinhaynes.com, there's a place where you can schedule I think it says free virtual discovery. It's austinhaynes.com. Maybe Blue, you could put that up, and I'll be sharing that here as well. It's going to be incredible. So I have some partners coming in. I have, I think, let me share that actually. I'm going to share that right now. This will be a little good time to do it. But again, the most exotic location you've been to, I'd love to hear from that. I'll grab that share. And I want to share a poem I recently wrote. I think it's in alignment with today. And then let me share this. Welcome back. And I just want to let you know that our first attendee is right here. She's a sponsor of the show. Her name is Duchess DJ Love. She has a brand called Gallivanting Like a Royal. So I'm going to put that up on the screen for you all. There's a couple QR codes. She's going to be sponsoring the event. She's going to be there, and she is all about travel. So she's been to all 50 U.S. states, 10 countries. So she's an incredible resource for travel, and it's using travel to live in the moment. So let me share that. And then I'm going to invite you to go to my website. I'll put the QR code. So if you're getting this on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, wherever you're getting it, you can go to my website. And here's the QR code for that. You can find a lot of this stuff there. You can book a call with me if this is something you're interested in. And then lastly, if you have a book out called Flashpoint, Manifesting the Moment of Your Big Breakthrough, and you can also get that on the website. So this show grew out of some themes in this book. This book is a deep dive. It's how many pages is it? It is 141 pages. It was endorsed by Damon John from the Shark Tank. You'll enjoy it. I know you'll get something out of it. But let's get back to your shares here. So Shelly on TikTok is saying Arlington and Grand Canyon. So you've been to Arlington and Grand Canyon. And Blue, if there's anyone else that's commenting, I want to make sure I call them out here on TikTok. And then folks on here. Oh, Jeannie, you got the book. Congratulations. I'd love to know what you thought about it. You got you bought the travel to diary for my daughter and her upcoming trip. That's great. Beautiful idea. Make it manifest. Congratulations. Yeah, so we booked the Costa Rica trip is booked. Now we're just going to fill it. So most exotic location. Ivy says, I don't know if Italy and Greece are considered yeah, of course. Oh my gosh, yes, but are beautiful. But one place that took my breath away was the Austria Alps. Has anybody been to the Austria Alps? We got Jim on from Laguna, California on TikTok. Monique, I cannot wait for this retreat. It's going to be truly transformative. I am already there in spirit, you know. We got New Mexico on. Yeah, and I want to encourage you to get the book if you haven't gotten it yet. I am going to be doing an audio book, and I am going to be writing some other books that'll be coming up. But let's just take a moment. I just want to remind you, and the reason why we do this is because I want you to make this a practice. At any moment, you can pause and breathe. Any moment. Just one breath. One conscious breath can bring you back to the moment. Let me get to this poem. I wasn't going to share this, but this is going to be an upcoming poetry book. Oh, sorry about that. Let's get to. This is a brand new poem. I've only shared it with a couple people, but I think it's fitting here today based on the backdrop. And I did a couple versions of it. I finally think I have it the way I want it. This will be in my poetry book called Infinitude, A Seeds of Infinitude. So here's the poem. It's called O Infinite Breeze. O infinite breeze that now tickles the tree leaves. My senses are stirred, heightened, my soul now at ease. I breathe deep the freshest of air. Suddenly, I haven't a care. Lungs expand, the heavy now dissolved. My eyes rise. Suddenly, a new resolve. No longer ensnared, for I never was. Stagnation deceived, as it often does. Oh, infinite breeze traveled infinite skies to dry the tears from my eyes. Consciousness now awakened, no longer self forsaken. Oh, infinite breeze, whisking in hope. Oh, soul of mine, rising, will elope to a greater vision. Oh, my life, vaporized instantly, is all past strife. Oh, infinite breeze, oh, infinite skies, long before you averted my eyes. Perhaps I was not ready, too entrenched, trying to keep steady. Now and forever, I will feel. Oh, infinite breeze, so calm, so real, so grateful. I lifted my head. One leaf moved, saved me from dead. It's called Infinite Breeze. Oh, Infinite Breeze. It's a brand new poem. I'm going to be sharing that book. That'll be out this year. Let's see. So we have Ireland was awesome. Ireland's exotic too. Yes, it is, Peter, I think. Thank you, Ivy. So just maybe check in with yourself here for a moment. Wow. Thank you, Jeannie. Brought tears to my eyes, touched me deeply. Wow. If you're new to the show, sometimes there's just pauses. So when we put this up on the podcast, because this is a podcast as well, I tell the disclosure is like there's just random pauses. There's there's the poem of the still small voice, and it's because the noise in life is so loud. It's hard not to get sucked up into the narrative of the life and the narrative in your own mind. It's difficult not to get sucked into that. But don't be upset with yourself for that. This is the point. You can be upset with yourself. I'm not saying to not elevate and want more. I'm not, but when you get upset with yourself and that lingers, you can tend to label yourself. And when you label yourself or you accept a label from someone else, you just stuck, you ensnared yourself. And this is about liberation and freedom and being who you are. And that's okay. Self-acceptance is perhaps the greatest acceptance. And when you maybe, and just maybe, when you fully accept yourself, just maybe, the world will change outside of you. And Peter, I love your shares. Radical acceptance, but each moment change it to a positive and reframe all that is a challenge. Right, exactly. Can you radically accept yourself? Yeah, the Philly scoop here. on TikTok. I'm just grabbing your favorite quote. Wherever you go, there you are. Peace starts within. And Blue, there was another quote that the Philly Scoop shared earlier. I want to make sure I grab that one. That I missed it. Um, that's did you ever hear the story? This is a great story. I heard this years ago. I'll share it. It's this gas station attendant. Um, yeah, please leave that one pinned, and then I'll come back to it. So there's this story of the gas station attendant, and this person comes in from out of town, says, "Hey, I'm just wondering. I moved to this city. I'm moving here because where I came from, I really didn't like it. Didn't like the governing officials. The people were not nice, and I really just, I wanted to get out of there." He's like, and I'm just wondering, am I going to like it better here? And the attendant says, well, no, you're probably not going to like it much better here either. That person leaves. And then the next person comes in, another out of town person moving into the city, same gas station attendant, and says, I'm moving here because I got changed. My job changed. I really love the city that I came from. I love the people. I like the people that were running the city. Everything was great, and I'm just wondering if I'm going to like it here. And the gas station attendant looks and smiles and says, "Well, you're going to love it here too." Same city, same gas station attendant, and it goes in line with the quote: "Wherever you go, there you are." Your inner world is always impacting your outer world, but the outer world is so noisy that it makes you think that it can determine your mood, and it does. Oh, and look at that! Just had a wisp. Look at that! Wow, it's already gone. It blew in. It's already gone. Thank you, Monique. I'm so grateful for you and for this moment today. What a beautiful show. And that's what we'll do right now. I'm just going to wrap it up. So, any final shares? I've enjoyed being here with you today. There it is. It's back. This whisk came back again. Wow. They say pay attention to the subtle things in nature. And uh, wow. Anyway, the name of my book is called Seeds of Infinitude, and it's got a dandelion on the cover. So that's why I'm here, just amazed. But Peter Sage teaches your inner world creates your outer world, and GOOP, good opinion of others. It's an interesting acronym. Uh, Blue, do we have any other shares on here that I miss? I think you had one up there. I just want to grab them all. And you know what? Here's what I want to do. Just type in how you're feeling now on a scale of 1 to 10. Just check in with yourself. And it's okay. There's no right or wrong answer here. If you feel, if you just, how do you feel in this moment? And then we're going to wrap everything up. I really appreciate you all being here today. I feel amazing. Glad you're here today. Okay. So let me go back and there was a share here that I missed on TikTok from Philly Scoop. We got Philly Local here. I passed it. And if you still want to throw in your most exotic location you've ever been to, feel free to do that as well. We have Ridge Runners New York Car Club. You never know who's going to show up from where. That's what's interesting about TikTok. It just kind of pulls in different people, different places. Everything kind of happens seemingly at random, but simultaneously on purpose. Isn't that the irony and the paradox of it all? That that it happens that way. Okay, I can't find the Philly Scoop quote, but I'm glad you were here today. Said knowing we aren't going to figure it all out is as close as we can get. So accepting that you're not going to figure it all out is as close as you're going to get. That's a share we got on TikTok. Oh, you have the Flashpoint book. So yeah, if you want to get to my books, I'll show you how to get there. Peter's from Lake Placid in Old Forge, New York. Tell a joke. I need to smile and laugh more. Oh my goodness, a joke. If I think of one, let's see if one pops up. And let me show you how to get to the book. So if you go to my website here, I'll share this right now. This is my website. Should be able to see it, right? Yeah, okay. And so you can go to the website, and if you click on books, you'll see the most recent book, Flashpoint: Manifesting the Moment of Your Big Breakthrough. There's your health turnaround story, and then there's your turnaround story starts here. There's the health turnaround story, and your turnaround story starts here are stories of other people that have created incredible turnarounds in their life. And we have Monique, who's on here. Mama Mo, she was in the book. Is there anybody else that was in the book that's on the live stream? I want to honor you. Mama Mo's story is in here. Her health turnaround, incredible. Overcoming cancer, trauma, all kinds of things. And then my book is Flashpoint: Manifesting the Moment of Your Big Breakthrough, which is on Amazon. You can get that. And I'll just let you know that while we're on here, if you go to Power of Pure Presence, there's a link there. You can, I don't have all the shows uploaded. I stopped uploading them here, but the podcast is right there. So you could literally click on the podcast, and they're uploaded weekly. So you can get those weekly. So anyway, it's about 9 minutes to top of the hour. I just want to grab your final shares here. I'm just grateful that you were here. This is Power Pure Presence. My name's Austin J. Haynes. I'm the author of this book called Flashpoint: Manifesting the Moment of Your Big Breakthrough. I have 2 books I'm working on this year. Seeds of Infinitude, it's a poetry book, and then Midlife Oasis, which is another book that I'll be talking about. We got the Costa Rica retreat. I have a private community called ACT. So if you want to work with me, I have opportunities for you to work with me. What I can help you do is I can help you gain clarity so that you kind of, sometimes we have all this like quantum soup in our head, and we like, how do we translate that to the real world to tell a message so that we can let the world hear our message? So some of you have a story and a message. And since before I got to this moment, I spent 19 years with a Fortune 500 company. And in the middle of my best year, I pushed the reset button. I quit. I walked away to be able to do this. And I want to serve you though, because it's not for me. It's to serve you. So connect in any way you feel appropriate, like whatever's best for you. At the very least, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and join us. Let me get your final shares here. Yeah, Peter, let's connect this week. Yes, let's you and I connect. You can go to the website if you want to book a call, or message me on Facebook. Let me know the best way to connect with you. Jeannie, I'm excited to get this poetry book out. I have so many great things in there. I'm still writing it. I have a lot of it done. I could publish it this week, but there's more things I want to add to it. And Ivy, always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for another beautiful Power of Pure Presence. So good to have you here. And last Sunday was in Ithaca, New York. Gorgeous, gorgeous. University of Michigan beat Cornell. New York is exotic. Niagara Falls, yeah. Watkins Glen, I've heard of that. and Letchworth Park are incredible places to visit. So that's what I have for you today. Is there any final shares as we close out? Thank you, Woodsy. Woodsy just sent a rose on TikTok. Thank you so much. Adorable. Well, thank you. I receive. I don't get called adorable too much, but I appreciate that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to invite you to pause and breathe as we exit out the show, because that's what this is about. Listen to the breeze going through the trees. Sometimes the most valuable thing people get here is just watching the wind blow through the trees and just being still. And sometimes that's all that you needed. So there you go. I'm going to get up. A couple minutes left. Just take it in. Just take it in and pause and breathe and practice the art of living fully now. Thank you so much for being here today. And if you're interested in Costa Rica, go to my website. Let's talk. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for being here, everyone. Have a great day. Have a wonderful, blessed Sunday and week. I'll see you next week. I'm going to be talking about Walt Whitman on next Power of Pure Presence. Have a great day, everyone.